Fingers, what did Todd say to you guys in that timeout going into the power play, and just what was the kind of mindset going into
I think he wanted to give us a little break, a little breather, because Sid started. Gino had like a tough battle around the wall, and 3-on-3 there's so much ice, so it takes a lot of you, and I think it was a breather, and he wanted to make sure that we look for certain things out there to see who was going to be the open man, and move the puck in certain area, be patient. So.
Tanger, how do you end up at center point there? You guys came out in the box, you ended up in a diamond.
It's just the way we rotate. Like Gino and Sid kind of has to move towards the one-timer, and we have 3 lefties, so you want to try to move them around, try to get the men open. So that's why we keep rotating.
Is anything said? If so, what? When you see the non-call against Malkin, it ends up in the back of your net, how you guys respond to that? Because it seems like earlier in the year that might have been a game you guys let it get away from you.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those games, that's so emotional, and sometimes it gets chippy, but you have to keep your head in it. Like, it's not like they went ahead 4-1. It's still a tie game, and you have to keep competing, and obviously the big point is important. So you want to at least get a point out of this game, and you have to keep fighting. So you have to turn the page and just move on.
I would imagine the next game for you guys, no matter who the opponent is, but you have 3 games this week, including tonight against these guys. How much have you guys been looking around the corner, anticipating these meetings, if at all?
I mean, I think that lately we've been just looking at the game we're playing that night, focusing on our game, more details. We have to grab every point, so our focus yesterday was the Flyers, and we didn't look ahead of that. It was important to grab those 2 points tonight, focus on these guys, and we're going to have to focus on Montreal. It doesn't matter where teams are in the standing. We need to climb, and we need to rack points up. So that's how we approach it.
I would imagine there's a little bit of a confidence boost, maybe an emotional bump, closing out 2 games in a row like you guys have.
Yeah, no, they're a fun game to play. There's a lot of energy in the building. It's a rival. We lost against them in the playoff last year, so there's a lot of emotion, and usually that's the type of game you want to play.
Does it feel like this group the last couple of weeks has figured something out? The record indicates that.
Well, I mean, I think if you look at our age average, a lot of guys have the experience, and they know what to do to turn it on and to make sure we get into postseason and we start getting confidence. So, everybody has a role, and they have to do it to their best they can, and I think that's what we're doing right now.
Kris, is there a reason it took the game that
I didn't hear anything.
Kris, it seemed like early in the game the Rangers were sending all 3 of their forwards deep into your guys' zone, but on a change of possession you guys were able to counterattack pretty quickly. Is that something that you guys can continue to look for here in their next matchups?
Right, they have so many different lines, and they have a lot of skill, and you have a lot of grit also in certain lines. So they come with different forecheck, which is tough to read sometimes. Usually teams are coming with the same forecheck, and you adjust to that. But the fact that we got a lot of power play early in the game, I think they try to get into the game by forechecking and get their legs. So they came hard on the forecheck, and we did a good job of handling it. So, they're tough to play. They're tough to play with all the talent they have.